So, you want to print your index cards from Scrivener 3 for Windows? Let's talk about that. I've already mentioned in a previous video that there is a specific format in Compile for printing out your synopsis, called Outline Document, which is basically the same as your corkboard. Honestly, this is probably the best way of getting the information in print, if that's what you need. You can also use the full indented outline or the enumerated outline. These all have slightly different looks to them, and some may be better for fiction and others for non-fiction. But they don't look like index cards. They look like a manuscript summary, which of course they are. You do, however, have another option available from the editor if you really want something approximating cards, using the Quick Print function. First, go to File, Print Settings, and click on the tab entitled Index Cards. Here is where you determine what actually appears on the page, so you don't have to print everything. And down the bottom you can choose a particular font by selecting the Print Using Font checkbox. You may not want to cut out the cards, but if you want them defined, then make sure Print Cutting Guides is selected. Once everything is set out how you want it to be, select all the items you want to print from the corkboard in the binder, or select the individual container if that's all you want, and in the corkboard display, click into one of the cards. You need to do this to activate all the options in the File menu. Now go to Print Preview. You'll see here that it now shows a grid with all the cards listed how they will appear. If you want to change any of the display settings, you can click on the little icon with the rulers, which is Page Setup. But mostly that's just going to be changing portrait to landscape, which you can do directly in Print Preview. You can scroll back and forth, look at multiple pages, all the things you'd expect. You could, I guess, make the margins wider so they're more like actual cards if that's important to you. Once you're done, click on the print icon and you'll have your cards in something approximating an index card look, which I'm not going to do because I really don't want to print out of this. Next time we'll be looking at keywords, before returning one more time to the corkboard.